So one of my biggest criticisms of Fox News is just very simply that the people on there don't know what they're talking about. I mean, it's not an overly complex criticism, but it's true. They don't know what they're talking about. They just have people who go on there, they wear their suits and ties, and they open their mouth, and it's just a nonstop water flow that makes no sense. Nonstop tsunami of ignorance and stupidity. So here we have a segment where they're talking about homelessness in, I believe, San Francisco. And look at what was casually said in that conversation.
And the focus ought to be on a society that follows the law, not allowing people to defecate in the streets, not allowing individuals to lay on the street, having just shot up with marijuana and
having just shot up with marijuana. I mean, as everybody knows, you do not shoot up marijuana. That's not a thing. You can smoke it, you can eat it, you can't shoot it up. I don't know what to say in response to this, except that here's a guy they invited on the panel to talk about homelessness, presumably as some sort of expert, or some guy with at least an educated opinion on the matter, and he fearmongers about homeless people shooting up marijuana, something that's not a thing. See, look at the way that they talk about this issue. They always talk about the issue of homelessness through the lens of, like, cleanliness and orderliness. And listen, we all agree cleanliness is wonderful, orderliness is wonderful, but you know what maybe supersedes that in the conversation? Human rights, altruism, justice, maybe setting up some sort of a system that puts a roof over everybody's head and does the right thing from a moral perspective and an ethical perspective, and also a fiscal perspective, because that would happen to save money if we put a roof over every homeless person's head. But they only talk about it through the lens of, like, dirty, gross, sick, gotta clean up these streets, as opposed to, like, oh my God, they're human beings here. Human beings going through a terrible place in their respective lives. How many of them have drug addiction? How many of them have mental health issues that need to be addressed and are untreated? They've just been totally ignored and left behind by society. Maybe we should have a better system in place that helps facilitate and fix this. No, they'll just go out there and fearmonger, talk about them, quote, shooting up marijuana. So stupidity and ignorance. It's the perfect mix here. Oh, man. Allow me to go on the record here and say it wouldn't even bother me if homeless people are smoking marijuana, because people who smoke marijuana are usually chilling. If that helps take the edge off of living on the streets, then smoke away, my dude. Smoke away. Although, again, I really wish we would set up a program that would give everybody a roof over their head. But unfortunately, that's not what we have, and that's certainly not what they're going to advocate for on Fox News. Instead, they'll fearmonger when they have not even the slightest idea of what they're talking about. This is how little this guy knows about homeless people and about drugs. Where he could say something like, shoot up marijuana. Take away from this clip the idea that it should be your default assumption that everybody who goes on Fox News to talk about this stuff, who are the regular contributors, this is the extent of their knowledge. This is it. This is the extent of their knowledge. You know, if you're, like, I've been on Fox News twice, and the thought never occurred to me, but many people who go on Fox News once or twice or whatever, they think like, ooh, Fox News, here I go. Like, this is the big time here. I better be on my game. It's like, I could show up to Fox News with my D game and still be way better than all of these clowns. And that's not to say I'm so good, it's to say they're so bad.